All right, so I am back for another temple visit. So I'm back for another temple visit, and I was just wrapping up my video just a few minutes ago, but my driver told me that there's one temple left, and it's not that I don't want to go, it's just that I'm tired and I'm hungry. But the reason I'm still recording is because I want to get my money's worth. I paid $37 for the entrance, and I paid $20. I paid $37 for the entrance, and I paid $10 and I paid $20 for the tuk-tuk. So I definitely want to get my money's worth. I want to see as much as possible. And I also came to Cambodia, so one more, it's not gonna hurt. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see the temples. And when my driver dropped me off right here, he was smiling, so even better, right? He's excited for me. He's excited for me to explore and see yet another temple. And I know that if I tell him just to skip this one, I'm probably gonna regret it in the long term. Probably think myself, why didn't I stop there? I could have seen something new, or I could have learned something, or anything of that nature. But let's see what this temple is all about. So the nagas are here in front of, and so the nagas are here, just some more nagas, right? And there are tigers in front of them. So that's a new one. I think I've seen that structure before. So wow. And there is a warning, do not sit on the nagas. There's long nagas and short nagas, all sorts of nagas. Wow, this almost looks burned. I'm not sure if that's accurate or not, but looks a little bit burned. Wow. There's a Buddha over there. Looks like there's a kind of a big size Buddha there with the golden robe at the altar. Wow. Oh, this way? Oh, okay. So the lady told me to go this way. Huh. Wow. Ooh. Another naga. Looks like this is just completely in ruins. Not sure what temple this is, but wow, that's incredible. See that some of the stones there have broken off, or not completely straight, but the more I go into this temple, it just seems like this is like a multi-layered worship area. Take a look at that. Looks like there was a statue here. Now it's just feet. There must have been one here too. I would have liked to see how this looked like when it was in pristine shape, like at the peak of this. That would have been, that would be interesting, just to see a rendition, like a 3D model of how this would look like, in like when it was firstly built. Maybe I'll look it up. Maybe there's someone who created a 3D version of this. But wow, it's just amazing how much work has been put into this area. And it's just not really, I'm not sure, like when I grew up as a kid, I didn't even know about Cambodia or Angkor Wat. It's just something like that doesn't really get mentioned, at least my generation maybe. I mean, I've read a lot about like the Roman Empire, the Greeks, the French Revolution, and so forth, but But when it came to Cambodia or Asian history, I don't think I really learned much from that era, from that. Yeah, I don't think I really knew much about Asian history as I do now. It's just incredible, all the things that have... It's just incredible how many things there are related to history in Asia. I think it's incredible. Wow. And this whole area has just become like a labyrinth of sorts. Wow. Wow, this goes very deep. Wow. Just deep, levels deep. I thought it was just going to be that front end where that Buddha was. But no, now there's more and more layers to this, and it looks like this could have been one of those pools that I saw at Angkor Wat, because the whole template or the layout looks the same. You can see the spires on the top. They look a bit dark. Wow, imagine living here back in the day. I wonder if people actually lived here or they hung out. And I can smell the bats. There's a smell here. It smells like bats. Yep, definitely. There's bats in here. Wow. Lots and lots of architecture. Looks like there could have been a Buddha right here, but now it's broken apart or has not been maintained or repaired. And I'm not surprised to see another naga. Wow. I think this is the end, the opposing entrance. Lots of patterns. Wow. There's a tree over there. Just looks very beautiful. The feeling here is very serene, very calm, very just just a very calm place. Let me keep going. I want to see if there's something else over there. Wow, I saw this from afar. I wasn't sure if it was... I'm not sure. Are those hands or fingers kind of like laying like this? Or just like a column? Huh. Wow. I don't think it's fingers, but you can see different types of... I'm not sure what this is. This looks interesting. This is one particular style of structure that I have not seen. At least not in the other ones, but... Wow. Oh, see, they're over here too. Wonder what that is or what that represents. It's like a symbol of sorts. Oh, there's more over here. Huh. Wow. Oh, there's more. There's way more over here. More statues, more carvings. But here it is. It's this shape right here. I'm not sure what it fully represents or if it actually means anything, but I hadn't seen these in the other temples, or maybe I missed them, but they're right here. They're over there. Looks like a cocoon, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Wow. And yeah, there's another naga over there. So there it is. This is the opposing side. And yeah, it looks a bit burnt up. Very dark, very black. Seems like it just wasn't maintained. And like I said, I'd be very curious to see how this would look when it was in pristine shape. Be incredible. So I don't know if I said this earlier, but a lot of these stones are made with limestone and lava stone, so igneous rock, I want to say. So very interesting how they were able to just build everything mostly out of limestone. I mean, how does this like civilization just emerge, disappear, and the buildings also just left abandoned and not a lot of people notice? It's just kind of kept in the dark. I know that there's a lot of debate as to who found them, but I also read that there were some monks who were maintaining them, but they didn't really go into Angkor Wat just because they thought it might be scary, or they were scared of going into Angkor Wat. And then finally in the late 19th century, maybe, or late 1800s, not sure, I guess it started getting more notoriety. So they just started studying more and more and more. And now it's just a sensational place to visit, especially getting the UNESCO name on it. I think that's incredible, but I'm still very impressed how the civilization in the 12th century was able to rise so high, build an entire civilization with incredible buildings, crafting, getting all this stone together, and then they had it fall. And in history, there are a lot of empires or civilizations that we see. They rise up and then they fall, and then a new one, and then they fall, and then they rise again, and then they fall again, and so forth and so forth. I wonder how many years this civilization or this empire lasted. I think the Roman Empire is the one that lasted the longest, right? I have to look that up, but I think the Roman Empire's just been a very, very long-lasting empire, and eventually they also went down in the history books. So the trip is not over. My driver has brought me to this area over here. There's a building over there. I'm not sure what it is. But one thing that did catch my attention was how loud these insects are. And the driver is telling me these are like, this is like a Cambodia insect. I think it's like a grasshopper or a cricket or a fly. I'm not really sure, but it's just, they are super loud. I don't know if the microphone can catch them, but just incredibly loud. We parked about 10 feet away from that tree, and they are just buzzing like crazy. And there are a few insects just in the air. I'm kind of trying to knock them out, but wow. Just lots of things going on. So wow, so I am here. So now I am going to this building. Not sure what this building is all about. Oh, thank you. No, oh, not right now. Thank you. Okay. Oh, not right now. Thank you. No. Okay. Okay. No, it's okay. Thank you. No. Thank you. No, I don't. No. No, it's okay. 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 Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Hi there. Oh yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
How do you come here? What?
Fly. I fly here.
Strong man.
What this? What this?
Kravan.
What?
Kravan.
Kravan? What is it? What is it? Temple?
Over there.
Oh,
You
okay.
see the Kravan.
Oh, Kravan temple?
Early 10th century.
Oh, this the oldest.
Yes.
Wow. Cool. All right, cool. Thank you, man. So one of the things that you should take a note of is not to lose your ticket if you have the paper version, or not delete your QR code, because apparently I've been asked a few times at different spots I go to, they check my ticket, but now I'm in the Kravan temple, early 10th century. So let's see what this is all about. Wow. This doesn't look like a temple. It looks more like a, I'm not sure. Just doesn't have a, or maybe just from the back, it doesn't look like a temple. Not really sure. Wow, let's see. There's a tree. Oh, I can hear the grasshoppers, or the Cambodian grasshopper. Not sure what you call it, but yeah. Oh wow, yeah. This doesn't look like a temple per se, but so this doesn't look like the typical temple that I was seeing, but it just looks like a straight line, and I guess this is the altar, or the place where the different ceremonies occur, like the main central hub right here. And maybe these are just the different subsectors or auxiliary buildings of sorts. Wow. Yeah, those grasshoppers are loud. Dang, I've never heard grasshoppers like that. Huh. I wonder what's over there. And to think that at some point, I know I said this earlier, but to think that civilization was on the rise here, they had to deal with not just the different animals such as monkeys, elephants, tigers, lions, and also the insects, right? Like these grasshoppers. And then they were all while building the different temples. So, wow, this particular area is very loud. Ooh, wow. Dang, what is that? Dang, how many of those insects are up there? Whoa, they are loud. It almost sounds like a chainsaw. It's coming from this tree right here. Just somewhere in there must be like a nest of these somewhere in there must be a nest of grasshoppers. And the noise is shifting, so sometimes I hear it like going in a circle, almost like sometimes it goes like over there, and now over here, now it got louder. Whoa, that's scary. Wow, that's scary. I can already imagine at night I'd be scared. It almost sounds like a chainsaw, but like a, yeah, I don't know how to, wonder if this could be turned into music, like very loud, like EDM style maybe. I bet this type of sound could be turned into EDM. It just has like a good vibe to it for EDM. Wow. well, there's the temple. Not sure exactly too much of the history behind it, but I think this was one of the first temples because it was built in the 10th century, and all the other temples seem to be built between the 11th and 12th century. So this may be the oldest temple around. Maybe that's why it was just so so simple. Maybe that's why it looks so simple. Just kind of have it just had the barren bones. So now I'm on the other side of where that temple was. I don't know what the temple was named. Actually, I meant to look at the sign, but I totally forgot. I was just kind of thinking about some other things. But now I'm on this side, and just look at that. Isn't that like so beautiful? Wow. That is just beautiful. Just sitting here, relaxing. There is no breeze or wind. But yeah, I mean, this is just amazing. I'm not sure if this is the conclusion, unless my driver takes me elsewhere, but this is just amazing just to be able to take this in, and just a day full of ancient visits, I guess you could say. I'm not sure what else to call it, but the day has just been fully packed. It started just early, and it's the afternoon now. I'm hungry, but I really enjoyed this visit. Oh my goodness. Just so much to see. The temples are amazing. I think there is almost nothing that can top the Angkor Wat. I know there's other. I think the main attraction obviously is Angkor Wat, and that one is just, I really had a very good time there. I really like that. I think if I were to come again, I would spend a little bit more time at Angkor Wat, maybe like 30 or 45 minutes, because I know there were some other things that it was kind of in the outskirt area of the temple, and I was curious, but I also knew that I had an itinerary and I wanted to go to the other places. But if I do come again, I want to spend a little bit more time at Angkor Wat. The the temple with the faces, I thought that was was just very quick. I think I spent no more than 20 to 30 minutes there. And then the following temple, that one I know, actually it was a pyramid. I spent a good amount of time there just because just because there was a lot of things going on there. There was monkeys, and the stairs were really high. So I really like that. Like, I like climbing stairs. For me, I like hiking. So for me, I thought that was just really fun, and just getting to see the pyramid was really cool. Yeah, and then the other temple, I think Promot. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. The one with the trees kind of like draping onto the walls. That one was really cool. I think Angkor Wat and the temple with the draping trees, I think I would have spent more time there. I would have really enjoyed just learning more about that area. And I'm actually going to go back and just see what I can read more. If I'm going to go back and read more, and I'm going to go and read more about those two places, just because they did seem very fascinating to me. But to conclude, to possibly conclude, maybe, you won't believe what's over here. Yep, you guessed it. Nagas. Yeah, just a bunch of nagas hanging out right on the lake. Isn't that so poetic? I think this is just a great way to conclude my fascination with this entity called the nagas. Just saw them everywhere. I'm probably gonna see them later today too, but I think it's just a fascinating. I've never ever seen something that maybe the Hydra in the Greek mythology, but I've really taken a liking to the nagas, like I've been saying. So I'm gonna read more about the history of the nagas, Very cool concept, very cool idea. And I just like how this view kind of captures the essence of the Nagas right on the water.